Thanks for joining me again. This is just clean water going straight onto the Fabriano 15 by 11 watercolour paper. Then I'm going to go ultramarine, a bit of Payne's grey, coming in from the sides. Just dip the tips in, just keep the hairs all together. Back in, same two colours. Just fill that corner in a bit. And again, just dipping the tips in just to keep the hairs together. And again, just continuing. Start over on this side this time. And then I'm going to see what I've done. I forgot my tissue, so I'm just going to dry this dry the hake. I'm just going to use the hake to take out the clouds, something like that. So you can use a tissue or just use the brush if you like. Again, just dry the brush. Just take a few out on this side. Something like so. I'm going to add a bit of alizarin crimson to the mix. Just push that in a little bit. Some of these darker clouds now going up over the horizon. A few more down there. And again, I'm just going to clean the brush, squeeze the water out, and then dry it on the tea towel. Just stick a little bit more out there. And on that side. I mean, you can just keep going until you get lots of nice texture in your sky. Right, I think I'll leave it at that now. So, I don't want too much water now because the paper's still damp. So remember to compensate by the paper. If your paper's still wet, then you obviously need less water on the brush. I'm going back into those same colours, alizarin crimson, Payne's grey, burnt umber. Just dipping the tips in. And just trying to get those hairs back together. Same colours again. And this is coming over from this side. You see it's still softening off because the paper's wet. Apart from it's dry there, so you can see how sharp it turns. See the difference there compared to the rest of it. And a bit more. And it's a bit close, so I might introduce a bit of raw sienna on this bit. It's a bit closer, I can see a bit more of the green in the hills and mountains. Just varying the colour as I come along. The lemon yellow. It's coming down and around, something like that. Bit of burnt umber. Same on this side. bit of lemon yellow, a bit more grassy. Raw sienna. That's that side done. Paper strip, so I'm just going to pull it tight so it's flat again. I've got to do this left hand side a bit now, so this is a lot closer now, so I want it nice and strong. So again, just dipping the tips in the water to bring all the air back together, just clocking any loose ones that need pulling out, and then I'm going into raw sienna, a bit of burnt umber, just enough water to keep the airs together while I go through the colours, bit of burnt umber, ultramarine, yeah. Get that a bit darker so it contrasts a bit better, a bit darker still. See, I want a nice contrast between this foreground bit and the that middle ground. And she's going right over. If I do any more, there's like a big rock there. One up there. Something like so. Bit of lemon yellow, a little bit of grass up there behind the rocks. You could even have, I'll just copy those sky colours again. There's just a little path sort of going off over there and sort of coming round like that. Raw sienna, bit of lemon yellow. Again on the other side. Just push this up a bit. I'm just filling in the gaps there really. Just came a bit too short on there. That path's not very distinctive, so I might just try and emphasise it a little bit with the card. Don't want to do too much scraping, so obviously we've got a bit of scraping there, so just trying to be as subtle as I can, just to emphasise the path. Oh dear. It does need needs a figure. I'll just put a little walker in, someone hiking through the highlands. So I'm just going to go, keep him fairly small, little head there. Just going into light red. Ooh. Bit too dry that was, so I'll just re-wet it. Light red. Maybe a bit of blue, just trying to vary the colour a bit really. Little rucksack on his back. Just give him a little stick, walking stick. Got some birds. Deliberately, see how I put it in the white bit, just so it comes up clearer rather than somewhere in the darker area of the sky. And then what I'm going to do then is just sign it in the corner, and then let's see what it looks like with the mount on. I'm not too sure about this one, to be honest with you. I think there's a bit of confusion in the distance here, where the sort of sky, the clouds in the sky and the land, it's not very distinctive. I think I might have just rushed this one a bit too much. I think I do prefer using tissues rather than a dry brush to get out the clouds. On this right hand side as well, there's not much distinction between the hills here and there's the landscapes. It's just like one mass of colour. I could have done that a bit better. As in the last painting I did, if you saw that, the rocks again, I haven't quite got the formation right. I think, as I said before, I think I could have made a bit more of the path, but and also a bit more contrast in the. I suppose it would have been better if the guy was just further up, so he contrasted against the light of the lake. Anyway, it's all practice. I hope you got something out of that. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.